I think what Secret are looking to do, especially with that Viper pick, I think I called it early in our internal discussion, is I think what Secret want to do is just phase CTY out of the game. What Storm is incredibly weak against is if you decide to deathball, you gather up his 5 with the mech and just draw the line, say, we're never going to let you ball in, we'll always have backup. It's going to be incredibly hard to fight, but eHome, they've got a lot of heroes to force good fights. ROTK, I really like that Phoenix pick. Before, it was one of the counters to Shadow Fiend. If you think about it, Shadow Fiend pops his BKB, uses his ultimate. All Phoenix has to do is charge the egg. You waste most of the charges on your BKB, and all of a sudden, you can't really fight the Phoenix.
It is definitely a different approach here from Secret, but I think one thing worth discussing, and you've certainly talked about it a bit before in some of your previous casts, a lot of players have also echoed this sentiment. Shadow Fiend is a lot more popular on the Radiant side.
Yeah, I think we talked in the lunchroom and you're like, it doesn't make a difference, but it does, because the fact that you can safely stack your own jungle, you don't really need a reliable support to, but having a reliable support helps. It's really hard to invade that side, especially because if you have the tier 1 tower up, people can just TP support in if there's a smoke gank. It's incredibly risky.
Big gift ganks, here we go off the bat. ZYF wants to get in nice and early with the aggression. The charge comes through, but it's not going to get the kill just yet. They get done. Secret, early first blood. The trade is Arteezy also falling. A crazy skirmish erupting in the river. But eHome will end up backing off, so Secret, they get that first kill. Arteezy already given the TP and is going to head back towards mid immediately. Bounty runes, let's see who's gotten them. Arteezy did not get one. There's actually one going to RTK and one to CTY. So they get both bounty runes, but they are going to give up the first blood. Relatively even trade overall.
I don't think so, especially in the mid lane, giving up the bounty rune to the enemy mid hero, and he was the one that got the last hit on the kill. You're going to give such a big advantage to CTY early on. And this is an SF favorite matchup, but with this sort of help, I don't actually think it is anymore. It's going to take a lot out of Arteezy to try to even this thing up.
We'll have to see if Zai wants to get into that middle lane at some point. For now, he is dual laning the top side. You've got Zai and Puppey. Pretty strong dual lane there up towards the top side of the map. S4 going to be soloing bottom versus ROTK's Phoenix, who he did already skill up the Icarus dive, maybe expecting to, or no, actually got the Fire Spirits, excuse me. So he is expecting the 1v1, and that's exactly what he's getting. But he's going to have a tough time staying this lane. You can see the Harassment coming in, already being pushed back quite far.
And I really like eHome's lineup, like Matt said. There's a whole lot of control. You've got a lot of team fight to back up the fact that you have a bounty hunter. You can't just pick a bounty hunter and assume that he's going to help you win fights. He's the finisher and the opener. He's not really going to ever come in. You're just going to annoy people with the track. So you need almost pure team fight heroes to go along with him. And that's what the Winter Wyvern and the Phoenix provide for you.
Yeah, looking at the bounty hunter so far, he has gotten a deeper ward off towards the middle lane, trying to at least spot the movements of the Secret supports, but we haven't actually seen him gone in. Currently is a sentry ward sitting down here in the river. And I'm not spotted right now, but going back to what the analyst said, where do you go as the bounty hunter? Viper, a very tough gank in the early game, generally speaking. Oh, hold that thought. Zai getting pursued a bit top. He does have a charge available. He will back himself away. But this is not an easy kill lane either. Spearbreaker Dazzle. So where do you think the bounty hunter should be applying the pressure?
I think you just roam around, see what opportunities you can get. There is an opportunity right now at bottom to kill S4. He's getting quite low. He does have the salve, but ROTK, what he's doing right now is getting him low enough so that he won't pop the salve, but he'll eat a tango.
But look at this.
Oh, he has a sentry.
Is he going to notice in time, though?
Go for it
he tangos through. He's going to commit to this one, and on they go to S4. He may be forced to turn and fight. He's going to retreat out. Fire Spirit's burning him down, though. It won't be the first blood, but it will be a big kill for eHome. They get on the board. ROTK hits level 4. Lanham cracks level 2. And S4, playing a hero known for its lane dominance, not being allowed that 1v1 that he craves.
And you saw how well played ROTK did that. He got him in a range where S4 doesn't feel like he needs to use the salve because he has 5 tangos. And he has that sentry ward at the same time, so he feels like he's perfectly okay, but...
CTY's going for the mid lane, but Arteezy turns. He's got his long-range raise. He's going to connect. CTY getting a little over-eager there. And not able to hit that second remnant on the hero itself. Only got the overload and was not enough for the kill.
That was just pure outplay there. Arteezy goes for the stick instead of going for the bottle first and is able to utilize that to get a kill. And LanM, he's in this middle lane. He wants to grab that chicken.
Gonna be tough though. Well, let's see. Just the one attack off. He needs. Oh, the speed burst. Quick reactions. That was just a quarter of a second there to hit that and back off. Could have been a big kill on the courier there, but SF able to hang on for now. And taking a look at the CS, seems like Secret are pulling a bit ahead for the cores here. As far as in fact, for all 3 lanes. They are winning the farm battle early on, and as a result, They do pull ahead a bit in gold, about 500 so far.
A large portion of that just comes from the fact that Arteezy was able to solo kill CTY, something that should not happen at that phase of the game. You know that the SF wants to get aggressive on you, and Zai's going for the charge. They do have a ward here, but he should just back himself to the tower, and he should be fine.
And CTY playing it safe now. It's about to be the 4-minute rune spawn anyway, so he'll work together with the Phoenix in the offlane and should be able to secure this. RTK getting aggressive now on Kuroki's Bane, who's only level 2, not really getting much experience. I do want to point out the Bounty Hunter dropped a sentry over near the big camp, looking to, I believe, block these pulls. Does this actually block it? Is that in range? The sentry over near the big camp.
I think it's close.
Okay.
I would have to see when...
Are we going to see this again? Yep, there's the Tango coming out. This time the courier has no speed burst ready. And Lanham, where once he doesn't succeed, he'll strike again, but the charge is coming in. Lanham almost dead and done. Doesn't deny to the ancients. He was close, but couldn't get the job done. He did spend his gold here, picked up a pack of wards first.
I think it's well worth it. Dying for the courier at that point, you're only a level 3 bounty hunter. You're not adding too much value to the game. You have to get something, and going for courier snipes is a pretty decent way to do it. But the weird thing is, when you play against a bounty hunter, you know he's going to do it every single time.
And it's just so hard to stop. I mean, you literally have to either bury everything out or constantly just be camping the speed boost button with the hero. And Arteezy wanting to focus on mid there as well. I want to point out this bounty hunter's bought 4 more wards, and is this where you just go and block off every jungle camp? As we see the dive on top lane, Zai getting pursued, but is graved up for now. Will survive. Be first back here. Now he's going to salve, hides in the trees. But yeah, what's the game plan here for our bounty hunter?
I think that is the point, and he's going to try to help out this bottom lane, but he doesn't have the egg quite yet. And S4 does have his ultimate, and I don't think they want to commit to this. There is a dust on Kuroki, so I don't think that the bounty hunter should be here. Maybe he's just looking to soak XP because he knows they don't have sentries, but they're definitely going to go on this.
He's got the dive available. Out comes another strike along with the brain set. The last auto tech not quite enough. Will it take him down? ROTK barely surviving, and this gives Lanham free reign to walk into the jungle. A couple of pings came out. Did he actually shadow walk there? I don't think so, but they seem to expect him in this bottom rune. And I'm looking to grab it, getting eyes on Kuroki. A lot of pings. They want to control these, but CTY will get the bounty rune as Arteezy gets the real prize here, the double damage.
Yeah, and right now he's doing such a good job.
Oh, now they've actually seen him. Lanham playing with fire.
He still has 4 wards available, and I think this might be one of the counters to the Shadow Fiend where, you know, he won't show himself on the map, but if you just ward his entire jungle, you could just get rid of his...
There's a charge. It's a long way to go for Zai, but he is rushing in towards bot, and thinks better of it. In fact, the real aggression is going to go the other way. With the diamond from RTK, he's hit level 6. He can deploy the egg here. Wants to hold it as long as possible, getting out the fire spirits, bringing him down. Haven't committed just yet. Will Secret be able to snipe him before he gets it off? In comes UAF as well. The call down's an airball. Kuroki just skirts away from it. The charge through 1 to 2 hits on Lanham. Can they focus him now? They've got a brain set. They get the kill. Now the egg, though. Secret's fighting into it, but focusing with 3 arrows. Kapow! It won't actually go off. Held it for a long time now. The backup rises up to CTY. Jump in number 1, gets Kuro. Will he go for more? He's pretty low on the mana. And in fact, pump fake on the charges. Zai will just back off towards the base. But Arteezy, he's getting a free time here in the mid lane now.
Yeah, and this is perfectly fine if you're Secret because Puppy's going to soak XP at top. Arteezy's going to really hammer this mid tower. He's got full treads, an Aquila finish on the courier. He has a DD rune right now, and he's just going to work.
It's just what happens with Shadow Fiend. If you don't constantly pressure him, the second you step back, he cleared out what I believe was a double stack, and he just keeps on farming the jungle from here. The camps haven't really been warded. They just placed 1 deep ward for vision. But they're not slowing down Arteezy's economy whatsoever. And in fact, also topping the CS charts is S4, the 2 cores for Secret. Off to a hot start here in game number 1.
Yeah, and this is the strength of the Shadow Fiend. Because he can clear the waves so quickly, it means that if you're a Storm player and you decide to leave the game, which I think CTY had to, it means that there's a free creep wave at your tower every single time. If you notice, Arteezy, 1 raise, 2 raise, right-click the tower. That means CTY always has to rotate, or somebody has to be there to respond, and it gives his team a lot of information. Because if nobody shows up, then he knows A, a gank's happening, or B, CTY's in his own jungle, and either way, it's just free space for him.
Speaking of free space, Puppy's found a lot here top. He's at level 6 at 8 minutes in on a Dazzle. The dual lane helping out quite a bit. He's actually out-leveling Zai, who was the man enlisted to give some support to these other lanes. He's waiting for a charge opportunity now. No points in the Nether Strike just yet. And they have finally planted down a sentry near the big camp, but in some ways it feels the damage already done. There's the charge onto DDC. He was instantly ready with the Cold Embrace. That's not going to happen. Let's force the Gyro TP out. He'll back off, and now bottom lane going to be freed up a bit for S4 as Lanham. It's a bit of leeching here off of Arteezy in the Radiant Woods. But there's the call down top side, try to charge out. There's the Grave as well. Kept alive for now. Can they get him with the last fire? Spirit, no heal. Oh, he barely survives defensive sleep. Still the Splinter Blast prevents the escape. Oh, they really tried. They pulled out everything in the medical kit there, but it wasn't enough to keep him alive.
You are seeing how difficult it is to kill Secret's heroes, though. You have to deal with the charge, the natural tankiness of almost all the heroes. I think Matt pointed it out yesterday where Bane's just one of those naturally tanky supports. You've got a shallow grave and nothing cuts through it. You've got a Spirit Breaker, for some reason, was given 1,000 HP as a base and 7 armor to boot without any armor items. So you just got a lineup that's incredibly hard to kill. Sooner or later, you're going to see a mech on S4, and Arteezy's doing... Actually, he's going to be the one grabbing the mech, and so you've got a team that can pretty much just 5-man wherever they want, and the Storm Spirit hasn't had the best game. So for me, what's a little bit concerning is what's CTY's place in this game?
Your guess is as good as mine right now. It feels like he's going to need a lot of time then. There aren't many stacks, but they are looking to just gank. Endlessly aggressive, but look who's waiting inside. He rotates in, 2-hero charge. Follow-up stun. CTY barely escaping. Now they drop the egg, but again, 3 heroes there to try and focus it down. They have to stop it. No, they can't. CTY denied. He jumps in to just prevent the egg from being killed off, and in doing so, he also hits the deck. Arteezy with the buckler. Now going to push in this mid lane. He will kill it off. Secret just starting to really pull ahead here in terms of the net worth. Now up to about a 4K gold lead, a 3K experience lead, and unlike C-Deck, who you and I cast yesterday, there aren't big jungle stacks to fall back on here for eHome. No ancient stacks for the Gyrocopter, no big stacks in their own woods, and it's just going to make it hard to fight this battle of money with Secret, who are already so far ahead.
Yeah, what you're seeing right now was the power of the Shadow Cleaner, because he just clears out the waves, and when CTY goes for the gank in the bottom lane, he can just push in the mid lane, and no other hero can